Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. I'm excited today to take a look at the 2022 Cobalt R6. This is a model that was introduced by Cobalt last year. It's a 26-foot bow rider. Kind of replaces the kind of the legendary R5 model. And there's definitely some new cool modern designs, some technology differences, and really a bunch of things that really make this boat great. But they also didn't reinvent the wheel. That R5 was just such a great model. There's not a huge floor plane difference, just some minor tweaks, and definitely some new hull configurations with what we got going here. So let's check out the 2022 Cobalt R6. So we're going to start off with the bow profile. I mean, one thing you're going to notice on the R6, again, we're talking about a 26-foot boat. I mean, very deep in the bow. We'll get into the transom in the middle of the cockpit, and it's also going to carry that depth all the way forward. We look at the hull, and we see 3 to 4 planing strakes on each side molded into the hull. Other things we're going to notice throughout the boat: tons of stainless steel, nice stainless steel rub rail. They put nice big 8-inch cleats on this boat, heavy duty stuff. For this year. We'll also see nice stainless steel dock lights, and then kind of a scuffer guard here, stainless steel, again, really heavy duty right at the bow eye. Normally you get a lot of scuffing around the fiberglass. You're not going to see that on the Cobalt. So we get kind of midship, and again, this is kind of where we see that depth. Okay. So whether you're using the boat on Lake Erie or you're using the boat in other rough water conditions, you've got plenty of depth for it. But the boat, once you get it in the water, isn't so overbearing that you couldn't take it to an inland lake. The draft on this boat is well under 2 feet. So you can't idle through some shallower areas. So you definitely don't have to limit this to just a rough water boat, even though it's definitely designed with that in mind. So a couple little things that you might not notice unless they're pointed out to you. Almost every boat manufacturer out there, you see the platform and it kind of V's in, and this is really a full width platform. So as you enter and exit the boat off a dock, you don't have like this big area you have to jump over. So this is right at the widest point of the boat, so it makes it a lot easier to handle. If you're swimming around the dock, it gives you a nice, again, heavy-duty stainless steel grab handle here. One other thing, with all these new boats, we talked about the running surface, and why does Cobalt, why does the Cobalt 26-footer ride much better than everybody else? We talked a little bit about the extended running surface in the front, but that actually continues all the way to the transom. And what I mean by that is that, a lot of boats, their hull might end back here, okay, and then you have this whole big platform that could be sticking out 3 to 4 feet. All right. If you actually look here, you can actually see, the part of the fiberglass hull ending here, and then we have basically some sponsons actually going out even further than that that help create a little bit of lift when the boat's getting up on plane. So literally, the fiberglass of the boat goes all the way to here. So we're only talking about maybe a 1 foot extra of platform that isn't actually underneath the running surface of the boat. So that's, again, one of the reasons why the boat runs in a more premium manner than everybody else. Very popular that you'll see a lot of different videos and different things on. Patented feature is a flip down swim step. The engine's tilted up right now, so I can't pull it all the way, but this flips down. You can sit on it at water level, enter and exit the boat with it. A really cool feature, which is standard on the R6. A couple other things we've got: hydraulic trim tabs to enhance and adjust the lift and lean of the boat. If you're running down a rough water condition and the boat's leaning one way or the other, you can adjust it with the trim tabs. This particular boat's powered by the MerCruiser 6.2 liter 350 horsepower engine, so plenty of power to get well into the 50-mile-an-hour range, into the 50s for performance. So great overall performance with that engine setup. So a few features that are kind of unique to Cobalt here. This transom lounger is very unique. There's a lot of different ways we can configure it. I'll show you that here in a second. Just a couple of other little hints and tidbits. We talked about stainless steel, just a lot of the stainless steel pieces that everything's just overbuilt with this Cobalt. We have a transom stereo remote, so you can control, if you want to sit in the back seat here, you can control the stereo. We've got this nice popular, area, to sit if the people are jumping on and off and swimming or lounging or whatever. This particular boat has the premium stereo package, which is going to have, the standard boat actually has 6 stereo speakers. This one adds an additional 2, so we actually get 2 on the transom, and they're JL speakers, so really high end that you're going to find on most of your really high end premium boats. So this boat has 8 total speakers. And then we actually have this little flip up seat, where you can actually have this set up here to kind of lounge facing backwards. And then you can actually put a ski tow bar into this slot here. There's actually some optional aftermarket umbrellas that you can add to that space. So a lot of versatility in how you use this. In addition to that, we also have the flip seat here where you can face forward or face backwards. I also like the fact that we see the stainless steel grab handle. So as you're entering and exiting the boat, you know, you're jumping up the step here, you can grab this grab handle to help you get in and out of the boat. Again, just gives you a little bit extra safety and, you know, adds more stainless steel to the boat, but we can see the versatility in how this seat operates, facing forward, facing backwards, however you want to use it. So first area we're going to talk about in the interior of the Cobalt R6 is the bow area. You know, this is what I would call, you know, we are a traditional bow rider, meaning we do come to a point in the bow. We're not a flared out, crazy wide bow, but you see they really maximize the amount of width that they do have up here. So I would say this is more new generation, wider bow. You can actually sit two people facing backwards with their feet out, which is kind of cool. We've got the armrest for the people sitting facing forward, so there's definitely some versatility in how you can use the bow, and you know, plenty enough space for 3 to 4 people to hang out up here, depending on what you want to do. These darker cushions here are filler cushions, so these all come out. So actually, one of the things that's kind of unique about this boat is most every boat out there has like a, you know, bow seat and, you know, port side and starboard side identical. You know, this port or starboard side seat could actually sit with their feet down in the cockpit if you remove this cushion. Okay, so you can see how it's a different piece. So this little L here kind of comes out completely and gives you another way that you can use the boat. So the last thing we'll talk about in the bow area is just the storage that we have. You know, a lot of companies, you might have a little bit of storage underneath. If we pull over here, you can see how deep the bow is. On the port side here, we have a nice little flip up seat and a really deep storage finished off real nicely in there to you know, get pretty much anything you want to down in that space. And then on the starboard side, a bigger compartment that opens all the way up here. We have a nice gas assist shock. You also can see some of the wiring and some of the dash related things, the panels that they use. And that's one thing that Cobalt's really proud of. There's a lot of boats out there that look really nice when you look at the boat from the outside. Maybe when you look at the boat on the inside, it still looks really nice. But then you start digging into actually how they put things together, how they wire things, and you can all of a sudden say, wow, this is, you know, way better on the Cobalt as far as, you know, everything that they're doing from a wiring perspective just to make the boat, you know, the best boat that can possibly be. So one other thing, we talked about storage a little bit on the bow, but this is where I think this boat really, really shines, all right? There's some unique storage compartments that you don't normally see on other boats. We'll start kind of with the hatch opening in the walk-through area that can be used as a cooler, it can be used as rope storage, which is, you know, really nice. We talked again on the, you know, the way the boat's wired. You've got your on-off battery switch and some of the panels here for circuitry for the battery right here, and nice little trash receptacle down there. Again, those storage compartments are finished off just like the outside of the boat. Nice gas assist shocks. And then the only boat in the industry that I've ever seen this, where we actually have 3 dedicated separate hatches for basically like a ski locker style storage. So, you know, sometimes you store something in the front of the ski locker and you can't get to it, but you actually have 3 completely separate gas assist shock assisted storage compartments there. So, you know, just a ton of storage all the way through the boat. As we move over to the starboard side, again, nice position for a cooler that comes in and out real quick. So you can load this cooler up at home, take it, and it has a nice dedicated spot. Nice size cooler. It's not just like one of those mini ones where, you know, everything works out really well. And again, you look at some of the hinges on the seats, super high-end stainless steel. You know, really, really nice grab handles. We also have a nice little storage compartment down here, actually underneath this seat as well. So there's additional storage right there. Just, you see how big and deep that is. Just a ton of room down there. So a head compartment's always been an important feature of the old R5, but I think that they did on the redesign, they improved this quite a bit. This R6, just the way that the hinge opens up is really, really nice. It doesn't really hinder the person sitting in the seat right there. Nice, roomy, deep head compartment area. This particular one's got a pump out on the side. You know, but there's plenty of space in there. You know, it's deep, it's got plenty of headroom for anybody of pretty much any size, and the door doesn't really hinder anybody else. Port glove box, little area to put your cell phones and other little knickknacks, which is kind of cool. And then we have the versatility of the seat here, where the person sitting co-captain actually has a nice armrest built in, which is kind of cool. And then if they want to sit facing backwards, we can do that too. So a lot of versatility in how you can use the boat, how you can use the seating in this Cobalt R6. So engine hatch, you know, it's nice. It's just a one pull. Goes up pretty easily here. And the nice thing here is we've got, you know, big 6'2", 350, and we talk about, again, additional storage and also easiness of getting to it to work on it. You know, the technician or anybody servicing the boat on their own, this hatch is super heavy duty, sound deadening material, you know, to make the boat as quiet as possible on the inside. Nice heavy duty gas assist shock, stainless steel hinges on it. Look at those stainless steel hinges on the back. Just crazy how beefy they are and how big that they are. Easy to work on, easy to access in this R6. So this R6 is equipped with the optional wake tower from Cobalt. So this has the rotating sunshade tower. So as this tower folds down, which it does really easily, the actual Bimini top frame will actually kind of stay on a level playing field and kind of rotate with the tower. So you don't have to, every time you're done with the boat for the day, you don't have to like roll up the top and put it away. You know, this top is designed to go as fast as the boat goes. So whether you're trailering it, you know, somewhere in the 50 mile an hour, low 50s type of range. So overall, really nice stable tower. You know, with all kinds of structure built in, make it heavy duty. So the Helm Command Center here on the Cobalt R6 is obviously really cool. I really kind of like the modern design. You know, some of the stitching they have over the dash is kind of cool, kind of an anti-glare setup. We've got two, it's hard to see in the light here, we're at the end of the day, but we've got two 7-inch Garmin digital screens that are part of the standard package of this boat. You know, they've got all the functionality that traditional gauges would have. We've got a nice digital display fusion head unit for the stereo located down here, and then nice push button, you know, modern switches for everything else that you need. You also have a nice phone holder that has a wireless charging unit built in as a feature included on this boat. I also like this particular one's got the digital throttle and shift, and again, a nice ergonomically designed area so that my arm can rest on the lower level here. I can rest it on the upper level here, depending on how I want to run the boat. So overall, just nice, clean, you know, dash control. We do have a bolster seat. We do have an adjustable height steering wheel. You know, the seat will swivel if I want to talk to the passengers. Also, we have our trim tab control over here on the right-hand side. So thanks for joining us for the R6 2022 with us at Buckeye Sports Center. We appreciate you sticking with us through this whole video. It's a little bit longer one because there's so many cool things to talk about on this boat. In summary, you know, 26-foot boat. We talked about the long running service. We talked about all the stainless steel and premium hardware and features that this boat has. Industry-leading storage, industry-leading design. You know, 350 horsepower Merc Cruiser engine. Really just going to be the premium level boat for that bow rider 26-foot category. You know, and really the biggest thing is it's kind of hard to get. You know, we don't get as many of them as we'd like. We sell every one we can get pretty quickly. So whether you're looking at us at Buckeye Sports Center, you're looking at another dealer, get one on order, get one reserved for you ASAP. Thanks again for joining us here at Buckeye. For more information, to subscribe to our YouTube page. We deal with 14 different brands of boats that we go through, including Cobalt. BuckeyeSportsCenter.com. Thanks again for watching.